6 people are presumed dead after the major bridge collapse in Baltimore. And former RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel is out at NBC News just days after joining the network. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Wednesday, March 27th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. The Coast Guard is resuming its search efforts this morning for 6 construction workers who fell into the river after a cargo ship collided with Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge. Officials telling reporters the 6 are presumed dead after rescue teams failed to find them in their search on Tuesday.
Based on the length of time that we've gone in this search, the extensive search efforts that we've put into it, the water temperature, that at this point we do not believe that we're going to find any of these individuals still alive. And so this evening at about 7:30, we are going to suspend the active search and rescue efforts. Coast Guard's not going away. None of our partners are going away, but we're just going to transition to a different phase.
Officials say the Singapore flagged ship lost power before ramming into the bridge. Maryland's governor confirming the ship's crew had issued a mayday before the collision. The governor says that gave authorities time to close off the bridge to traffic. The 6 missing workers were part of a construction crew filling potholes on the bridge. Officials with Guatemala, Mexico, and Honduras saying citizens of their nations are among those missing. Rescuers pulled 2 people from the water on Tuesday. Multiple vehicles fell into the river, but no one was believed to be inside. President Joe Biden says he plans to travel to Baltimore and pledge the federal government will pay for the bridge's rebuilding. U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the bridge collapse will have an impact on supply chains. General Motors and Ford announcing they are working on alternate shipping routes. The Port of Baltimore is the busiest port in the U.S. for car shipments. The New York judge overseeing the criminal case against Donald Trump regarding hush money payments has placed a gag order on the former president. The order bars Trump from speaking about potential witnesses, jurors, court staff, and lawyers involved in the case. The move comes after Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg requested the restriction. The judge saying Trump has a history of making threatening and inflammatory remarks. Trump's campaign spokesman called the gag order unconstitutional. Trump is charged with falsifying business records related to a $130,000 payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in 2016. He has pleaded not guilty, alleging the case against him is politically motivated. The trial is set to begin on April 15th. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has announced Nicole Shanahan as his running mate. Shanahan is a 38-year-old Silicon Valley lawyer and philanthropist who was formerly married to a co-founder of Google. Speaking at a campaign event in her hometown of Oakland, California, Shanahan said she was following Kennedy's lead and leaving the Democratic Party. Shanahan has already donated more than $4 million to Kennedy's campaign, including to help fund his Super Bowl commercial. Kennedy selecting a vice president will likely help his efforts to get on ballots, as nearly half of the country requires a VP to be named. So far, he has only secured a spot on the ballot in Utah. NBC News has dropped former Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel as a paid contributor less than a week after the network announced her hiring. NBC News chairman told staff in a memo he wanted to personally apologize to team members who felt management let them down. McDaniel's hiring resulted in widespread criticism from NBC personalities, including former Meet the Press anchor Chuck Todd and MSNBC host Rachel Maddow, many critical of McDaniel's original stance of the 2020 election being rigged. McDaniel was hired by the network just 2 weeks after stepping down from her leadership role at the RNC. NBC had said McDaniel would add to their coverage by providing an insider's perspective on national politics. Networks often hire analysts with a political background. McDaniel said she found out that NBC cut ties with her through media reports on Tuesday and says she will hire a lawyer. An attorney representing Sean Diddy Combs is speaking out, releasing a statement a day after armed Homeland Security agents raided the hip-hop mogul's Los Angeles and Miami homes. The attorney, Aaron Dyer, calling the raids a witch hunt and an unprecedented ambush. The statement saying there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Several news outlets reported the raids were part of a federal sex trafficking investigation amid multiple lawsuits filed against Combs stemming from sexual assault allegations. According to the New York Times, federal agents stopped Combs at the Miami airport on Monday as he was leaving with family members for the Bahamas and took his electronic devices. The Times says Combs was not arrested and remains in the U.S. Combs' attorney adding his client is innocent and will continue to fight to clear his name. Finally this morning, are you ready for some football on Christmas Day? The NFL sure is. The league announcing it will play 2 games on Christmas Day this year, despite December 25th falling on a Wednesday. The last time an NFL game was played on a Wednesday was in 2021 due to a COVID outbreak. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says Wednesday games will not become a regular thing. It's simply for the occasion. Christmas Day games have meant big ratings for networks, with the 3 games played in 2023 averaging 28.7 million viewers. This will be the 5th straight season the NFL has played games on Christmas Day. These are your top stories for this Wednesday. Unbiased, straight facts. That's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.